Hi everybody. Coming home and realizing how good a lineup for the Critérium du Dauphiné is compared to the Tour de Suisse with Evenepoel, Roglic and Ayuso, I could not resist and decided to cover the Dauphiné, after which I'll jump into my Tour de France preview coverage. The Dauphiné starts this Sunday, June the 2nd, and can be considered one of the main preparatory one-week stage races for the Tour de France. As usual, the Dauphiné runs over 8 stages, good for a total of 1188 kilometers of racing. Stage 1 starts with some mellow climbing in the opening third of the stage. Towards the finale, the riders are served with an uncategorized climb. The initial bumper of this bump is roughly 600 meters at 6.4%, after which it keeps on going up, yet at lesser gradients. The finish itself then has a slightly downhill altimetry. Everybody is still fresh here, and I see nothing that will trouble the sprinters. Hang on till after my GC preview to check out my Stage 1 favorites. Stage 2 is a 142k short stage, which ends with some Category 2 and 3 mountaintop finish action. Basically, the riders will be climbing over the final 30k, starting with 7k at 5.7%, 3k at 6% and 10k at 4% to finish it off. Nowhere near the gradients where the GC men can make a difference. As a result, I'm calling this one for the break. In my book, the same goes for Stage 3. We're getting some steep action, yet cresting almost at 100k from the finish, and at most a launching platform for the decisive break. Once more, there's a fair bit of climbing in the finale, yet nothing brutal, so another great opportunity for the break. Just like last year, we get a 34k individual time trial on Stage 4. Expect Evenepoel to try and do some damage here. Stage 5 will be a fight between the break and the versatile sprinter teams. I'm expecting teams like Little Trek to control this for Pedersen. So pre-race I'm going to call it as a versatile sprint stage. From Stage 6 then, things get serious. The first of 3 stages with a proper mountaintop finish. 3 former stages of the Dauphiné ended atop the hors category Collet d'Alvar, climbing over 11k at 8% average. The last time, back in 2011, the stage was won by Joaquim Rodriguez. Funnily, on none of these 3 former occasions did the GC contenders battle it out for the win. This year around, I expect this to be different, since there will be GC contenders looking to make up time lost on the time trial. Behold the Queen stage, Stage 7, another proper mountain stage, 155k, and over 4,300 meters of elevation gain, starting straight into a 33k climb, the final 10 of which make up a first category climb. Also in the middle section of the stage, the riders are served with 2 additional first category climbs to end atop the hors category Samoin climb, 10k at 9.3% average. Late into a Grand Tour, I would dare calling this for the break, yet in the Dauphiné, this is full-on GC time in my book. Depending on the race situation going into this final stage of the 2024 Critérium du Dauphiné, I'm not excluding it to go to the break with the final GC battle behind. It starts climbing out of the gate, it's up and down all day, hard to control and ends atop another first category climb. Don't be fooled by the figures of this climb, the 7% average comprises the final 2k, which are as good as flat, compensated by over 3k in the double-digit gradients before that. So differences can be made here. Should things still be tied in GC and we have a strong team sitting in second, there is a chance they'll give it an all-or-nothing shot by riding hard all day. So to summarize, without knowing the actual race situation, we have 1 individual time trial, 2 versatile sprint stages, 2 climby break stages and 3 GC stages with a mountaintop finish. Here's an overview of the winners of the final 10 editions of the Critérium du Dauphiné, with Ineos being the dominant force, taking 5 wins with 4 different riders, G, Froome, Martinez and Porte. In this period, Froome and Vogelsang managed to win the race twice. Also note that in 4 out of these 10 editions, the winner of the Dauphiné went on to win the Tour de France in the same year. Froome did this in 15 and 16, and in 2013 before that, G in 2018 and Vingegaard last year. We have 3 former winners lining up here, Froome, who has won the race thrice in 2013, 15 and 16, Jakob Vogelsang, and Primož Roglic, the 2022 winner. Besides them, there's a bunch of former top 10 riders lining up, including Guillaume Martin, Jack Haig and Jai Hindley. The betting odds opened at equal odds for Evenepoel, Ayuso and Roglic and were adjusted shortly after. Here's the betting odds at the time of recording, with Roglic now being the main favorite, ahead of Ayuso and Evenepoel. These odds confirm that we're looking for a climber who's good against the clock in his run-up to the Tour de France, bringing me to the following list of riders to watch for GC. Starting with Remco Evenepoel, who's lining up here with his Tour lieutenants-to-be, Van Wilder and Landa. We have to guess for Remco's form, whom hasn't been in action since the horror crash in the Basque Country early April. Expect him to be in form though. Bora is lining up with what is roughly expected to be their Tour de France team, comprising Roglic, Hindley and Vlasov, all top 10 candidates in their own right. Roglic will be the one to watch. It is really key for him to perform solidly here. We haven't seen too much of him since he's wearing the Bora colours. He even got outclassed by Vlasov in Paris-Nice, which he can't afford now with only a few weeks to go to the Tour de France. Also Hindley has shown some decent form with a podium in Tirreno Adriatico. At UAE, it's all eyes on the 21-year-old talent Ayuso. He'll have to help Pogačar to Tour de France victory, yet he's allowed to ride for his own account here, and he's had a stunning year so far. Second to Vingegaard in Tirreno Adriatico, where he beat Ganna on the opening time trial, winning the Basque Country and taking fourth in Romandy. At Visma Leasebike, Kuss and Jorgensen are the riders to watch. The time trial isn't in their favour though, and Jorgensen won't be given freedom by the other GC contenders as happened on his way to winning Paris-Nice. At Bahrain, there's 3 riders to watch, Buitrago, Haig and Tiberi. Haig and Buitrago will bleed time on the time trial, so personally I like Tiberi the most for this race. Note that he's just off an amazing 5th place in the Giro, so he won't be coming into this race rested. At EF, I'll be eyeing Paulus closely. He has been struggling with his knee, if I'm not mistaken, which ruined his Classics campaign. The fact he's lining up here with the number 1 plate for the team gives me hope that the issue is sorted. Movistar looks like a stage hunter team to me, while at Ineos Carlos Rodriguez will be looking to improve on last year's P9, and he seems on the right track, second to Ayuso in the Basque Country and fresh of a Romandy victory over Vlasov. Gaudu at Groupama, Fortunato at Astana, just off a 12th position in the Giro, Chris Harper at Jaiko Alula, 6th in Catalonia earlier this year, and Tao Gegenhardt at Little Trek has had a bit of a slow start to the season, yet with a 9th position in Romandy, his form seems on the rise. Barguil will be the man for DSM, Rodriguez for Arkea and Manches for Intermarché, yet I'm not expecting fireworks from any of them. Guillaume Martin had his typical slow start to the season, yet the Dauphiné is usually where he gets into shape, so I consider him a serious top 10 contender. I'm expecting Dylan Teuns over Froome at Israel Premier Tech, and I'll be watching Leknesund closely. He had a great year in 22 and a lesser 23, something we often see in young and upcoming riders. Some never come back, yet I'm not excluding a surprise here. The other teams, Alpecin de Koning, Lotto Destiny and AG2R, I'm expecting in the stage hunt. Contrary to popular belief, Ayuso and Evenepoel are my 4-star favourites. Roglic gets 3 stars, Vlasov, Hindley and Rodriguez get 2 stars, and Tiberi, Martin, Landa and Jorgensen each get 1 star. In terms of podium prediction for the 2024 Critérium du Dauphiné, I'm going with an Ayuso win ahead of Evenepoel and Roglic. Then, back to stage 1, which has some category 3 climbs early on in the stage. These are too far out to rule out a fast man, and also the short climbs in the finale should not trouble the sprinters. There is a scenario where some strong breakaway specialists and classic style riders a la Magnus Kort at Uno X, Madouas at FDG or even Benoot at Visma Leasebike get into a nice breakaway or into a late breakout on that final bump. Yet whatever happens, I expect Little Trek and AG2R to control this stage for Pedersen and Bennett respectively. This also gets confirmed by the betting odds at the time of recording, with Mats Pedersen and Bennett the outright favourites, followed by some lesser fast men, whom in the absence of most of the usual sprinters have a great shot at victory here. Then here's the riders to watch in my opinion. Starting with 2 wildcards going against my own most likely race scenario, Benoot at Visma Leasebike and Wright at Bahrain Victorious. Garcia Cortina at Movistar is not fast enough to contest for the win in a pure sprinters field, yet in this pack he's one to watch. In my opinion, Parsini at Q36.5 is also top 10 material here. He flirted with the top 10 on 3 Tirreno Adriatico stages, and this in a much stronger sprinters field. Madouas in a breakaway scenario. The bookies have him at 400 to 1, which is more than worth a small bet in my book. Gazzoli should be the one mixing it up in these fast stages for Astana, and De Preto for Jaiko Alula. Then we get our main man here, Mats Pedersen, Lipins at DSM, Venturini at Arkea, and Page at Intermarché. Derek G at Israel Premier Tech is amongst those who could surprise here in a breakaway scenario. Lars Bove, who sprinted onto the podium of a Tour Down Under stage along with Girmay and Welsford. Milan Menten at Lotto Destiny is properly fast and solid top 10 material in this field. And last but not least, Sam Bennett at Decathlon AG2R. He just did as good as a clean sweep at the 4 days of Dunkirk, and he'll be eager to get a win at the highest level again. With the winning mood Decathlon AG2R is in, I'm not excluding it. Mats Pedersen is my only 4-star favorite though. Bennett gets 3 stars. Garcia Cortina, Page, Venturini and Menten get 2 stars, and Lipins, Bove, Madouas and Parsini each get 1 star. In terms of podium prediction, I'm calling Mats Pedersen for the win ahead of Bennett and Garcia Cortina. Enjoy the stage and see you on Sunday for my Stage 2 preview.